Alright everyone, and this is just my second video of Rainey Talk. So today we're going to be looking at some major news that was broke during the week on Tuesday, I think it was, at South Shields Football Club. That current chairman, Geoff Thomspon, will be stepping down. Obviously once a potential buyer comes in for the club and obviously selling his stake in the club. And before we get at that, I've got a lot of respect for Geoff. I know he came onto our channel. We put a little shout out on Twitter to say, would you like to come on the show? And he actually tweeted back to say, yep, he would love to. And he came on and we had a great chat. And to be honest, he really opened up on the show about the club, his health, the future plans for the clubs. And obviously he said that at that stage he couldn't keep putting the money into the club and make it more self-efficient, which it looks like it's going down that track now, which is always great to see. And really good that he's sticking to them plans as well. But yeah, some major news broke that he is looking now to sell the shares in South Shields Football Club. And what a journey it's been. I mean, and you really look back at it, only started in 2015 once he took over. And you go at the ground at that point, and some fans have been going on and off since then. But the fan base is just getting bigger and bigger. You go to the stadium now, that football stadium is set for Football League. It looks absolutely amazing. The pitch is fantastic. They've got the 3G pitch out the back, which is more income. Like you say, the things that they do in the clubhouse, I mean, the Sunday dinners, the carveries, it's just a club that is doing everything right, ticking every single box. And I would imagine, like you say, Geoff will be really proud of what's happened over the last kind of 7, 8 years at South Shields Football Club. Like you say, he's leaving them in a great setup. And like you say, that next potential buyer could be that next person now to take it into the Football League, where, like you say, the club's set for it. If they get the playing things right on the pitch, and like you say, they're having a good season, you never know, they could end up towards pushing on to get towards that Football League in the very near future as well. But yeah, I mean, one of the big things that stood out with this statement that came, and I mean, we always go back to this when Geoff mentioned on the show that he was battling cancer, horrible disease, and he put on there that things are going well, which is always great to hear. And if you're watching this, Geoff, honestly, I hope that you have another speedy recovery and everything's going great as well, because I think that's number one in all this, not the football club, not the shares, not this, not that, but to make sure that his health, which is very important to him. And like you say, I think he's got the full support now with the fans, and I mean, it just shows you the type of person that Geoff is, to come out and say, look, right, what I'm going to do is I'll stick by the club until a potential buyer or buyers come in for the club. And that just says everything really, that he's still willing to keep that club going and not put any financial difficulty. Because I know a lot of fans would have seen the message kind of and panicked on Tuesday to kind of think, oh, here we go again. Are we going to be dropping back down the leagues? Are we going to run out of money? What are we going to do? And I just think the way it's been set up now, there's going to be someone in the North East or even further afield that will look at South Shields Football Club and say, yep, I want a piece of that. It's not too far of the Football League. What can they do now? The little stepping stones to get that level. And it's been left in a great shape for someone to come in now and to do that as well. And I mean, just for the part, like I just touched on there, what he mentioned in the statement, I'll read it out. I'd like to reassure fans that I will continue backing and supporting the club until we find the right person. And like I've just mentioned there, I think it shows class from Geoff as well. But yeah, as I've already mentioned in the video, I think with the way South Shields is now, the club itself and everything, it's an amazing setup. And if they can get this potential takeover, and obviously the shares that Geoff is selling right, it's just going to keep the club going in another direction as well. But honestly, hats off to Geoff Thomspon and what he's done in not just South Shields Football Club, but the area. He's brought the pride back to the football club, and to see 2,000-3,000 fans down at local games when they were just in the Northern League and stepping up through the leagues. I mean, the amount of success that he's had, league titles, promotions, playoffs, a little bit of heartache along the way, but obviously getting some quality people in there. I mean, getting the sign of Julio Walker very early days, big names, getting the crowds in there. Kevin Phillips as manager as well, and obviously Arca back in the hot seat now as well. It's been a great ride, and like you say, Geoff can look on this back with a lot of pride, and obviously what he's done for the area. I know a lot of people have spoke over the last couple of days, local people, of what he's done for the area and how much thank and support that they're giving to Geoff, which I think is absolutely amazing as well. But yeah, some massive news that came out, and like you say, I know Geoff touched on these points on our live show, and if you haven't already, watch it back as well. It's always available. Really interesting. I like to see a really great bloke, Geoff Thomspon. But yeah, from myself, Geoff, obviously when the buyer is found, we wish you a very happy retirement if that's it. I know you've got a few different businesses, but yeah, health comes first, and I'm sure South Shields Football Club will keep progressing as well. But again, thank you everyone for watching. What was your thoughts on the breaking news from South Shields Football Club? And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button as well.